Hey, it's real good to see you. Welcome to Barlow BBQ. Hey, have you ever wondered what to do with your leftover barbecue? Well, it just so happens that I've got some leftover pulled pork, and I'm going to make a pork cheesesteak on my Weber Jumbo Joe. So I hope this video inspires you the next time you're wondering what to do with leftover Q. Let's get started. I'm real excited about today's video because, well, cheesesteaks are kind of a spirit animal for me. So I'm real excited to try out what we're going to make today. It's going to be a really easy cook. The only thing that you really need is a cast iron dish of some sort. Like a skillet or a griddle would be preferable. We're going to use a cast iron skillet. I am going to use my Weber Jumbo Joe, but again, you can use whatever you like. Any kind of charcoal grill, a gas grill. Heck, you could even do this inside on your stovetop. But I think that cast iron is key. So like I said in the intro, I've got some leftover pulled pork. That's what we're going to use. We're going to melt up some butter in the cast iron, then throw in that pulled pork. It's already been cooked through, so we're just going to warm this up really. And once that gets going, we'll toss on some smoked provolone cheese, let that melt, mix everything together. Then we're going to serve that on some crusty French bread. So I've got my Jumbo Joe all fired up, and while my cast iron skillet is warming up on the grill, I'm going to go ahead and put together some mayo sauce that we're going to put on this cheesesteak. Okay, let's start with 3/4 cup of mayonnaise, and we'll have the rest of the measurements for this recipe right down below in the description box, so take a look if you'd like to try it out. Next, let's add a splash of olive oil, the juice of 1 lime, some minced garlic, minced jalapeno for a little bit of heat. Here's some salt and pepper. And finally, we're going to use some of this chili lime seasoning. This stuff is real good, y'all. We're just going to shake on just a little bit here, and we'll give it a stir and use it on the cheesesteak later on. All right, let's head over to the grill. We've got the Jumbo Joe fired up, and our cast iron skillet is warmed up and ready to go. And I did use just a little bit of cooking spray on the inside, so we can saute these red onions, and that shouldn't take too long. Alright, these red onions are all done, so we can go ahead and remove those from the skillet, and we'll just set those aside and use those later on when we build the cheesesteak. Okay, now it's time to add the leftover pulled pork, but first we need to add some more butter. Alright, the butter's all melted. Now we can dump in this pulled pork, and like I said earlier, it's already been cooked through, so what we're doing is really just reheating it and letting it kind of marinate and mix in with that butter for a little bit. Okay, our pork has had some time to cook up in that butter for a little bit. And what I'm doing here is just piling it all together because we're going to add our slices of cheese next, right on top of this pile of pork. I'm using some smoked provolone for this cheesesteak, and I'm just going to go heavy on the cheese. That's looking good. Now I'm going to cover this up and give that cheese just a little bit of time to melt. Alright, it's been a few minutes. That cheese is looking perfect, y'all. So here's the most important part. We got to mix this all together, alright? Get everything well integrated. There we go. Now let's grab those red onions we sauteed up earlier. Let's throw those in there and make sure we get those mixed in really well. And I think it's time we could start putting together our cheesesteak. Okay, I've got some crusty French bread, and let's start by spreading on some Creole mustard on the top half there. There we go, just like that. We don't need too much. Next up, here's some pickled banana peppers. I'm just going to layer those across the top with that Creole mustard. That's looking good. That should about do it there. All right, now it's time to throw on our pulled pork, and remember, we've got the cheese mixed in there, we've got the red onions mixed in there, and we're just gonna pile on this pulled pork, y'all. This is gonna be real good. Let's keep it coming. We got room for just a little bit more. Got it? All right, excellent. Now we can add that mayo sauce we put together earlier. Looking good, looking good. All right, I think we can put this together now. Here we go. Oh yeah. Let's go ahead and slice it in half. And I do believe it's time for a taste test, y'all. Would you look at that? That's a thing of beauty right there. Well, all right, y'all, it's cheesesteak time. Boy, oh boy, I'm excited to give this one a try. So, here we go. I've got a napkin at the ready because this could be a little messy. Dang, that's good, y'all. I'll tell you what, the garlic in that mayo sauce is really coming through. Got a little heat from the jalapeno in that mayo sauce as well. The pork and the cheese, really cheesy goodness. Man, this is good. I'm gonna go in for another bite. Dang, this is real good, y'all. You should try this one out. Pork cheesesteak all the way for the win. Creole mustard on here is really nice, but you go ahead and use whatever kind of mustard is your favorite. We will have the recipe for you right down below in the description box so you can try it out for yourself. I really do recommend it. I'm gonna go inside. I'm gonna finish up this cheesesteak and love every single bite. So listen, y'all, thanks a lot for hanging out today. It really means a lot. We love you guys. And until next time, smoke 'em if you got 'em. All right, bye-bye.